Hey family, welcome back to Unfiltered Connections. I'm your host, Janique, also known as Positively Me. And listen, before we even start this episode, I owe y'all an explanation. I told everybody this episode was dropping Sunday at 6, and Sunday at 6 came, and there was no episode. Life was life, and you hear me? I was busy moving around, trying to get things situated. By the time I looked up, I had completely missed the time I planned to record. And at first, I felt bad. I was like, dang, I already told everybody every Sunday at 6. But then I had to remind myself something. Unfiltered Connections is supposed to be real life, right? Just like I'm stumbling over my words, it's real life. I'm actually talking to y'all. And real life doesn't always follow a schedule. So instead of rushing through an episode just so I could say I posted something, I decided to give this conversation the attention it deserves. Because this episode is personal. It's important. And I really want people to hear it. So here it goes. I'm here now. And baby, we're about to talk. If you're new here, hi, my name is Janique, and yes, I live with HIV. There, I said it. No sad music, no dramatic pause, no shame. I have HIV, and I'm still here. I'm working, I'm raising my family, I'm building things, I'm creating, I'm laughing, I'm loving, I'm making plans, I'm starting a podcast, and I'm living my life. And that is what I want this episode to be about. Because when people find out I have HIV, everybody seems to want to know the same thing. How did you get it? And listen, I understand being curious. I do. But eventually, I'm like, why is that the most interesting part to you? Why don't people ask, how did you keep going? How did you learn to accept yourself? What is treatment like? Can you still date? Can you still have sex? What does undetectable mean? Are you scared? How do you deal with stigma? Now, those are the conversations I want to have. Because knowing exactly how HIV entered my body isn't going to educate you nearly as much as understanding how somebody actually lives with HIV today. Now, am I ashamed of how I got it? No. And I'm going to continue telling my story when I choose to tell it. But I don't want my entire story reduced to one sexual encounter, one relationship, one decision, one person, or one moment. Because regardless of how somebody acquired HIV, they're still a person. Whether somebody acquired HIV through sex, sharing injections, equipment from a parent during pregnancy, birth, or breastfeeding, whatever the circumstances were, their humanity did not disappear when they became HIV positive. And I think sometimes people get so caught up in, well, what did they do? That they forget to ask, what can I learn? Because this part always gets me. People will hear somebody acquire HIV through sex and suddenly become the condom police. Like, be for real. Well, they should have wore protection. Okay, let's be grown for a second. How many people listening to this have ever had sex without a condom? I'll wait. Oh, don't answer me. Answer yourself. Exactly. And I always say, how do y'all think most of us got here? Your mama and daddy weren't sitting on the opposite sides of the couch praying you into existence. Come on now. Sex is a normal part of life. That doesn't mean we shouldn't protect ourselves. We absolutely should talk about condoms, testing, PrEP, communication, knowing your status. All of that matters. But you cannot educate people about sexual health while making people feel dirty for having sex. That's backwards, don't you think? This is one of the biggest things I want people to understand. HIV is not a punishment. It's not proof that somebody was promiscuous. It's not proof somebody was dirty. It doesn't tell you whether somebody is a good person or a bad person. And HIV is not limited to one type of person. Straight people get HIV, gay people get HIV, bisexual people get HIV, people in relationships get HIV, married people get HIV, people who have had one partner can even get HIV. That's why I tell people, stop trying to figure out who looks like they could have HIV. You cannot look at somebody and know their status. When you hear the words HIV positive, especially if most of what you know about HIV comes from years ago, your mind can go somewhere dark. You can think, am I going to die? Who's going to want me? Can I ever have sex again? Am I going to get sick? Can I have children? What are people going to say about me? And that's why education matters. Because what many people think living with HIV looks like and what living with HIV can actually look like with modern treatment are two different things. Let me say this clearly. HIV and AIDS are not the same thing. HIV is a virus. AIDS refers to the most advanced stage of HIV infection when someone's immune system has been severely damaged. Basically, if you're not taking care of yourself and on treatment while you have HIV, it's going to eventually turn into AIDS because you're not treating yourself. You're not doing the proper steps to take care of you. With effective treatment, people can suppress the virus and protect their immune system. And that brings me to something I talk about all the time. Undetectable equals untransmittable. You equals you. And I need people to really hear this. When someone living with HIV takes effective treatment and maintains an undetectable viral load, they have zero risk of sexually transmitting HIV. Zero. Zilch. Nada. I know somebody listening like, what? Huh? Yes, and that's why I get frustrated sometimes when people are still talking about HIV using information from 20 to 30 years ago. The science has changed, treatment has changed, people need to update their information too. Wait, so you can still have sex? Yes, yes we can. Let me save y'all the question. People living with HIV can have sex. We can date. We can fall in love. We can get married. We can have relationships. We can have families. We can work. We can travel. We can create. We can dream. We can live full lives. Having HIV does not erase somebody's sexuality. It doesn't erase their desire to be loved. And it definitely doesn't erase their worth. If you're HIV negative, there are prevention options too. PrEP is medication for people who do not have HIV that can greatly reduce their chances of acquiring HIV when taken as prescribed. So look at how many tools we have now. We have testing, we have condoms, we have PrEP, we have HIV treatment, U equals U, education, communication. That's why I want people to stop treating HIV like it's still 1992. Learn what's available now. Now, this is something I've said before, and I know it can sound wild when people first hear it. So I'm going to explain exactly what I mean. Speaking only from my own life, my experiences, knowing how medically manageable my HIV has been for me. If someone told me personally that I had to choose to continue dealing with HIV or face a cancer diagnosis, I would choose to still continue to manage my HIV. And that is not me minimizing cancer. It's not me saying HIV is better. I'm not speaking for anybody else's experience. I'm telling you what living with my HIV has been like. I know my status. I receive treatment. I manage it. I live my life. And I say that because some people still hear HIV and automatically think death sentence. And I need you to understand that's not what my life looks like. This is where we really need to talk. Sometimes the hardest part of living with HIV isn't even the medical part. It's the people. It's the jokes. It's the whispering. It's somebody looking at you differently. It's somebody thinking you're dangerous. Is somebody assuming they know your sex life? Is someone sharing your private health information like gossip? Is somebody saying, I could never date someone with HIV when they don't even understand what U equals U means? That's why I advocate, because ignorance hurts people. And here's something I always want people to think about. Some people are judging somebody who knows they're HIV positive while they haven't been tested themselves in years. Think about that. I know my status. Do you know yours? Because being afraid to know doesn't change your status. Getting tested gives you information, and information gives you choices. If you're HIV negative, you can learn how to stay negative. If you're HIV positive, you can get connected to treatment. But pretending HIV doesn't exist because you're afraid to test, that doesn't protect you, or me for that matter, or anyone. This is probably one of the most important things I can say. HIV is part of my story, but it is not my whole story. I'm Janique. I'm a mother. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an advocate. I'm someone who loves hard. I'm somebody who laughs. I'm somebody who makes mistakes. I'm somebody who gets frustrated. I'm somebody who has dreams. And now I'm a podcaster too. HIV is something I live with. It isn't everything I am. If you're listening to this and you were recently diagnosed, I want you to hear me. I know you're scared. I know your mind might be going everywhere. You might be thinking, who's going to love me? Will I ever feel normal again? What will people say? Is my life over? No, none of that. Your life is not over. Get connected to care. Ask questions. Learn about HIV from reliable sources. To- Take care of yourself. And please don't let somebody else's ignorance make you ashamed of your existence. There is life after diagnosis. I know. I'm living it. Learn now. Don't wait until somebody you love tells you they have HIV. Learn what U equals U means. Learn what PrEP is. Get tested. Stop sharing HIV jokes. Stop using HIV as an insult. And if somebody trusts you enough to disclose their status to you, treat that information with respect. They're a they're a person, not gossip, not a warning label, not a story for the group chat, a human being. Before we go, I want everybody listening to answer one question. And I really want y'all to leave this in the comments, please. What's one thing you believed about HIV before today that you now realize may not be true? Maybe about the HIV and AIDS were the same. Maybe you didn't know about U equals U. Maybe you didn't know someone with HIV could safely have a relationship. Maybe you never heard of PrEP. There is no shame in saying, I didn't know. The problem is when somebody gives you new information and you choose ignorance anyway, then we definitely have a problem. So, yes, I have HIV and I'm still here, still living, still loving, still working, still laughing, still creating, still dreaming, still being cute, still doing everything everybody else doing. So maybe next time somebody tells you they're living with HIV, instead of immediately asking, how did you get it? Ask them, how are you? What do you wish people understand? What can I learn? That's how we break stigma around here. One conversation at a time. Okay? Thank you for joining me for another episode of Unfiltered Connections. I'm Janique, also known as Positively Me. And remember, my diagnosis is part of my story. It is not get to write the ending. Keep learning, keep loving, keep living, and as always, keep it unfiltered. I'll see you next Sunday. Mwah.